Welcome to Scrap Mechanic, everybody. I'm Staines, and today we're building another auto farm, but this time it's got a twist. The twist is I'm using a train system to do it, and it's also going to deliver or package my fruit and deliver it to the trader for me. Or at least this half is going to package it, and the second half is going to deliver it. Let me show you how I got on. I've got it on a test track now, and I've given it some wheels up the top. It's not as complicated as it looks. Here, let me show you quick. It's only some bearings there so that it can rotate that way. A free spinning guide wheel in the middle on both ends to keep my track, or to keep my wheels in the center of my track so they don't fall off. And then it's just controller driven. There's two bearings either side, one to go forwards, one to go backwards, and we end up with this. Oh, wrong way. So that's one direction. We can speed it up. I've got it running on half speed, but it's a farm, it doesn't need to move fast. And obviously if we do it, it will go back the other. Now I need to move it a bit closer to make sure that our hopper here can actually dispense into these bins properly. I think we're at an okay height. Then it'll be a case of building the rest of the track and actually making the farm work. Turn it on and we should hopefully see all of our... Yep, that one opens, which means they're all gonna open as long as I have the right vegetable with me. So that's the perfect distance to dispense. Excellent. I will obviously have to set up a delay at each station so that it has time to empty the contents and things, but I will do all of that once I've got the track and everything up. I'm just working out all the basics for now. The next thing to do is actually run a track out here and see how we go for height and planting our plants. Because our track doesn't go up and down anywhere, it's all just one flat loop, I've been able to make our hangers a lot simpler, or our runners a lot simpler. Oops, let's get up there. So now that's the one we want. They are very, very simple. It is, I'll just show you from down here then. It's just the one free spinning guide wheel and some simple rollers on the top on bearings that are driven. There's only one direction now, it only goes forward, and that's it. Nice and easy. The whole farm is driven by one controller. So what I've done is place a sensor on the center of each of my harvest, plant and water rows there on the roof. On the center tile of each dirt block I've placed a little concrete block up here. So now all I need to do is hook my 3 rows up like so, and the one harvester, and now each time we pass those blocks, those rows are going to trigger, activating the whole farm. I will obviously spread the blocks down the rest of the farm and put down the rest of the dirt, but that basically is the whole working auto farm. I suppose we should connect the water tanks as well. Now, I can make this farm really big by putting dirt all the way back and all the way down. The same, I originally considered making this 6 wide instead of just 3, but I just thought it's just way too much produce to produce at a time. So this time I think we're still gonna, like I say, we're still gonna get 15 or 20 crates every day, and then our train is still gonna have to be able to take that to the trader and keep up with this. So there's still plenty of crops to be had. Anyway, I'm gonna carry on. With beets in the chest now, let's turn it on, and we should see it water and fire, try and plant and fire on each row. Perfect. It's also trying to harvest, but there's obviously nothing to harvest. Oh, I've just noticed that these are going to trigger my sensors now too. I need to move those. But that's okay, that's not a giant problem. Because I'm lazy, I'm going to take the easy way out and just replace these with a top end sensor so that we can set them to color mode, and that way I can just go and paint my trigger blocks the right color. I've put down all the dirt. We have 3 rows of 40, so a total of 120 crops, which is going to be 12 crates a day, which is plenty for now. We can easily make this a lot bigger by making it longer and wider, but I just don't think we need that many crops. I was hoping to keep this whole build controller driven, therefore it would be free to run, but it does bring us into an issue that, well, I did think of it earlier, but I didn't think it would be so bad, and that is when we get to our stop signs, the controllers are not going to stop instantly, because when they turn off, they're still going to try and reset to the 0 position like that. Which means I get a little bit of variation in where this is going to stop. I have worked it out so that it's always going to stop in the right place, but it's not very good, and it's very, very tricky to do. So I think to solve this problem, I'm going to change it out and just make this electric driven. Just give it an electric motor and batteries. I've changed over to electric now, so it's all very simple. There's one sensor hooked up to a NOR gate, so it controls the engine, which basically means when the sensor is on, the engine is off, and when the sensor is off, the engine is on. And the engine just drives the wheels, which makes it go along, and that's it. All nice and simple. This is just a sensor hooked up to a timer so that I can wait at the station for 2 minutes to make sure I unload my cargo. Hopefully 2 minutes is long enough. I think it is. And then this is hooked up to a controller so that it simply swings out the way and lets the train carry on. I will set one of these stops up. Oh, and I need to put that sign the right way around. That's upside down. But I'll set a stop up for each of the 4 vegetable bays. I'm just testing for now. But this is the first electric test run. Let's see how it goes. Excellent. And stop perfectly. Oh, can I get in there now? I can adjust my distances because the electric motor is much more fine. I have these set to 2 blocks. I need to bring them down to 1 block to bring us that extra block forward, like that. Perfect. Which now means we will line up with our dispensary bin. Lovely. Like that. All our fruit shall be dispensed. And then after, I have it set up for 10 seconds now just for testing, but after the delay, it will move on and carry on again. So it should stop for 2 minutes at each station, then it's going to go back around and check the farm again. At this point, the farm is pretty much complete. I mean, I should build some defenses, but we'll keep that for another episode. And we should rebuild this whole unit now that we know what it needs to do. I'm sure we can make it look much, much prettier than a big square. But we'll keep that for another episode. So I didn't flash anything up too much. I've just painted the track nicely and painted all of our arms. I have chucked down 2 carrots here just to simulate our first crop. So once they are fully grown, they should trigger. I got bored of waiting for the carrots to grow, so I'm just going to simulate it for now by putting this bar across here, which should trigger both of those sensors, which will start our 1-minute timer there. That's my harvest timer to ensure all my crops are ripe and get harvested at the same time. I will skip most of that in the edit for you, and then we can watch it do its first plant. Alright, it's about to start. I'm going to get rid of these concrete blocks. There she goes. Let's watch and see what happens. Working beautiful. Excellent. That's both sensors now have been triggered, which starts our 1 minute timer because all the crops are starting to ripen. Again, I will skip most of the timer for you guys. It should go shortly, and I should also just tell you it's not going to replant this time simply because I didn't put any more seeds back into it, because I'm just doing this as a test crop. So we've tested the plant and now I want to test the harvest so we know everything works great. Otherwise it would replant at the same time and just keep going forever. But that works beautiful. It will water both times. But that's just because, like I say, there's no seeds for it to replant. Excellent. Lots of carrots from our harvest. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. As expected. Perfect. Now let's see if we have set up the delivery system properly so that it will empty the whole chest out. Well, we're coming up to our first station. Luckily, the first one for us is carrots anyway, so we'll know pretty quick if this works. There's no carrots in there right now, and we should end up with 12 carrot crates afterwards if it doesn't waste any. Oh. But it is wasting some. I can already see. Why is it wasting some? Oh no, maybe it's not. Let's wait and see how many we get. We only got 6 crates. Let's go and see what happened. Did we run out of time, or did it shoot badly and did we lose half of our produce? Wait. Let's jump on top here quick. Ah, we just ran out of time, so I need to increase the timer. That's not a problem. I've got it set at 1 minute. I can increase that to 2 minutes. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now, guys. We know this all works pretty great. We will come back and carry on next time. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then for the delivery system.